If you are crappie fishing over brush piles, submerged brush piles, what's a good way to keep from getting hung up? Whoa! That's a beauty. Good morning, guys and girls. May the 8th, Matthew 24:45. Matthew 24:45. This is Jesus talking. This is some of that red letters. When I read the red letters, the ground began to shake. Ooh. Red letters. I tell you the truth. Anything you refuse to do, even for the least of my people, you refuse to do for me. That's Jesus Christ talking. And he says, anything you refuse to do for the least of my people, you refuse to do for me. Ooh, that's a big one right there, isn't it? Remember the story of the Good Samaritan? Yeah. The religious people passed on by on the other side of the road. See what I wrote about that, because that's a good one. It's a helpless feeling to break down on the water. Oh, by the way, if you're not subscribed to the Catch of the Day channel, hit that subscribe button right now and subscribe. We got around 15,000 people on here, about 5,000 to 6,000 a day on YouTube, about 15 or 20,000, 25,000 a day on Facebook are there. We post a video every single morning at 5 o'clock, every single morning at 5 o'clock Central Time. It's got a fishing tip, it's got a scripture, and it's got a devotional built around fishing. And I tell you, it will change your life. It will absolutely change your life. Change his mind. And I'm here doing it. Change his mind. I tell you the truth, anything you refuse to do, even for the least of my people here, you refuse to do for me. It's a helpless feeling to break down on the water. Sometimes you're miles from where you launch, floating around with no help in sight. What a relief when you see a boat coming. What a sinking feeling when the driver doesn't see you or pretends not to see you and looks the other way. Fortunately, most folks will stop and help and give you a tow out on the water. I've actually been towed miles out when I broke down. I've actually towed people 20 or more miles away to where they were where their truck was parked or in their boat trailer. But unfortunately, here's the big part. Unfortunately, we do live in a society where we increasingly look the other way. That's right. We live in a society where we increasingly look the other way. Jesus himself says, when we do this, we're turning our backs on him. Want to turn your back on Jesus? Want to turn your back on Jesus? I don't think so. Jesus went out of his way to help those who need help the most. That's the key sentence in today's devotional. Jesus went out of his way to help those who needed help the most. Sure, he helped people that were blind. He healed their blindness. He made them where they can see. He cast away demons. He made lame people walk. He even raised up dead people from the dead, which he is in the business of doing, and he'll raise us up from the dead as well. I remember the story, and this I didn't thought about it till right now. Talk about Jesus going out of his way. I remember one time that Jesus was traveling with his disciples, and they said, I must go through Samaria. That's what Jesus told them. Oh, it's a long way around. We don't need to go through Samaria. It's like a long way around. We want to go this way. We go. I think he was going to Jerusalem is where he was going. He said, I must go through Samaria. And that's the story of the woman on the well. You remember the woman on the well? She came out to the well, and just her and Jesus. She was a Samaritan. She came out there, and Jesus told her all about her life, told her how immoral life she was living. And she ended up going back to town, bringing the other people out. And he went out of his way to go through Samaria where he could meet that woman at the well and tell her how to be saved. That's exactly what he did. He went out of his way to help those who needed help the most. He expects us, you and me, to do the same. When you look at someone in need, let this one sink into your brain. When you look at someone in need, you're actually looking into the face of Jesus Christ. When you look at somebody in need, you're actually looking into the face of Jesus. I talk about one of these days when this old heart right here stops beating, when I close these eyes for the last time, I'll be looking into the eyes of Jesus. It'll be the next thing that I see. When you look at someone in need, you're actually looking into the face of Jesus. As people of Christ, we should be the first in line to help. We should be the first in line. Should be some other people of Jesus behind us standing in line waiting to help. Here's our tip for the day. Use the bobber. That's right, little old red and white bobber. You know the red and white bobbers? If you fish, you know the red and white bobbers. If you don't fish, you know about a red and white bobber. Use a bobber to suspend a roadrunner, a crappie jig, an old stump jumper over submerged brush piles. So if you want to fish a submerged brush pile, figure out how deep that brush pile is. If you're getting your roadrunner or jig tangled up, say in 8 foot of water, put your bobber on, run it down about 7.5 foot, and that way you can fish it right over the top of that brush pile without it ever getting hung up. Trick my daddy taught me long time ago, way back before most of you were born. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great one today. Remember, the day will be however you make it. Set in your mind that you're going to have a great day. You're not going to let anybody steal your joy. No matter what anybody says, does, or thinks, or talks to you about, you're going to say, hey, I'm happy today. I'm happy today. I'm having a great day. And remember, you need to be happy because I sure do love you.